there, everyone. I wanted to jump on and share our word of the week again and what that means to me. One of our managers picked our word of the week. As you can see, it's fortitude, strength of mind that enables a person to encounter danger and adversity with courage. And first I thought, I don't know how that translates into my day-to-day life. And then I dug in a little bit and I was like, oh my gosh, it's like the perfect word for things I go through on a day-to-day and year-to-year in our business and in my life. And it's really, actually, I think it's become one of my favorite words, and just what revolves around that and how every piece of that comes into my day-to-day. And so I tried to boil it down to just like 4 principles of how I structure and what works for me and my coaching clients and my mentors. And it came down to like 4 different principles. And the first one to me was setting priorities, because it's hard to process mental fortitude necessary to succeed without having first structure and organization. If we don't prioritize our critical stressors to come first, we act as our own roadblock, because we will put up these little stumbling blocks in our way instead of just really set the priorities of what we're trying to achieve. And when I find that I do that, I can then prioritize what I need to do, and I can delegate off the rest. This gives us room to focus on what the issues that we need to focus on immediately, and then delegate off the minutia to someone else. For me anyway, that's worked great when I sit down and prioritize. The second one is self-evaluation, which is always super hard, I think, for anyone. But mental fortitude means we must operate with honesty and integrity. And we must take ownership of what's not working in our organization, or what's not working in our systems, what's not working in us. Like sitting down and real self-evaluation in us personally, and then also in our business structure. I have found that even though that's something that is a struggle maybe to really do, because we don't want to reflect on mistakes we're making or things we're not doing correctly, but it's one of the things that has moved the needle the most for me in my business is when I sit and I have self-evaluation. Mentally tough people are not afraid to look in the mirror every day and to examine where there's room for improvement. And once we start doing that, I really think that that's when things start really piecing together. We're like, okay, these little changes, little by little, even though that's a really tough thing to do. The third one for me that I found that is also really important is mental training. And really recently, my own coach had told me that he wanted me to set aside several hours a week to really just focus on those critical things that are going to help move the needle in my business, the things that are going to help me improve, spending time on that self-awareness, spending time on setting those priorities. But mental training also, the mind operates much like any muscle in our body. If we don't work it and we use it, it becomes weak. And so mental training to me is that, set priorities, that self-evaluation time, is, journal writing and, solving problems, self-examination, goal setting, all of those things help keep working your mind, because in our industry and in any fast-paced industry like this, where things are constantly changing and moving, we're always adapting. We get caught up in the minutia of the day, and are we really going back and working on our own self-improvement and evaluation and our goal setting to help move us forward? Are we just getting by, getting the next deal written, the next buyer showing done? Are we really still growing in the areas that we need to, or are we just getting by? So mental training is really important. Setting that time aside, it just dramatically improves your focus when you can do that. And then the last one, the fourth one, is relentless optimism. And I have a good example of that is when we see potential for a problem, a lot of times we'll sit there and we'll focus on it, even though the problem hasn't happened. We thought, is that what's happening today? Is this deal falling apart because of this, and this could happen and that could happen? And then we focus on that and we spiral out on that instead of just saying, okay, that's a possibility. Let's put it aside and be optimistic about what it is that we can do to either prevent that from happening or what we can do to just move on. So if that does happen, it's not going to crush us in that. Success is not built upon negative thinking. We have to have mental fortitude necessary to achieve on any level. So it's really important, I think, that when we have those negative thoughts coming into our mind, when we have those things we know are going wrong, there's always problems in our business, there's always problem in our day-to-day, but if we give that so much focus, we almost bring that into, even if it hasn't happened yet, we will bring that into a reality because we'll focus on making that happen instead of focusing on the solution. Being really solution-oriented, and that takes a lot of fortitude, that takes a lot of strength to just shift your mind and shift those gears so that you can focus on the positive things, the optimistic side of it, and even when that bad thing happens, is trying to find the good in having that happen. You know, we have clients we let go of, or they move on and they go to someone else. You know, I've had agents leave my business or things that I thought that was just gonna was so negative and crushing, but then when I looked for the ways to be optimistic about it, the positive sides of what happened, it helps you move on and prevent those bad things happening in the future. Or it also just sets your mind free from dwelling in that negative place. So I love our word of the week this week, fortitude. I challenge you to go find in your life where that is, where you have the strength, that mind that enables you to encounter danger and adversity and still have the courage to just keep moving forward. It could be in your workouts, it could be in your diet, it could be in your business. But this week, honestly, it has moved the needle a lot for me, just focusing on those 4 things. So anyway, I hope that this has helped you in your life and it will help you find that mental courage and strength to move forward with something you have happening right now. So have a great week and I'll see you soon.